Hi, it's Eric Plantenberg. I've heard in many conversations recently, this has really been on point for me this week, that some people, they insert themselves into situations, and frequently this is professionally, and things just get done. And people just snap to it, they influence them positively, they walk in, whether they're in a position of leadership or just a position of influence in the organization somehow, they insert themselves into a group of people, and then all of a sudden that whole group of people are getting more done than they were before. What's the magic behind that? Is there a secret sauce? There's 3 points that if you take a look at these and if you start to implement them, and then if you observe these in others, I think you'll be amazed at what kind of traction you get as far as positive influence in groups of people. This is the essence of leadership. Number 1 is when a person can come into a situation and they can help other people clarify where they are going. Not necessarily the how are they going to get there, but if they can put their finger on this is the end result, the valuable final place that we want to be. Yes, process is important. Yes, the how is it's part of the conversation, but most people spend so much of their time, advice, perspective, criticism, and praise on the mechanism or the method that you're going to get from A to B. And what happens is a lot of times that point B gets lost. It gets completely obscured by all of the discussion about technique and how are you getting there. To use a baseball analogy, basically if you're coming up to home plate, you want to hit the ball out of the park, or at least you want to hit it so that the runner is on base. And if you put your foot forward or back, if you take a full swing or a half swing, or how you go about holding the bat in your hands, really none of that matters. And of course, there are more efficient and more effective ways to go about method. But so many people get lost in all of the minutia of how are they doing what it is that they're going to do, and they forget that the goal is to get to point B. Look at the people that are truly a catalyst to other people's greatness. It's like when they walk in, everybody's game raises. One of the things that they do is they see the potential in other people. I mean, we use somewhere between 3 and 5% of our mental capacities, and we have so much more under the hood. You have so much more under the hood. The people on your team, the people that you're working with, they have so much more that they can do and that they have the capacity to do. And what great leaders and huge influencers will do is they'll walk into a room and they'll see that greatness in other people. And if you're looking at people and noticing their flaws, noticing where they're coming up short, noticing that, well, they're not really good at this, by definition, the problem is with you, not with them. Because yeah, maybe they're falling short now and maybe everything isn't going as planned right now, but the fact is that everybody has a whole lot more capacity than they're showing up with at any given time. And when you can see that in other people, when you can see that in a group of people, everybody's game goes up. Lastly, in that process between where people are now and where they're at in the future as they're on their growth process, you simply love them. You cheer them on, you open your heart, you wrap your arms around them. And that's not to say that you don't give them critical feedback. That's not to say that you don't point out where they can be going in a more positive or proactive measure. But what it is to say is that you do that with love. You do that with enthusiasm, optimism, and encouragement, not with fear, with blame, with criticism, and with all the other stuff that ends up ticking people off, and it just drags everybody down. Help people see where are they going, what is point B. Don't worry so much about how they get there. Notice that they've got way more potential in them than they probably realize, or that a lot of people see. And then as you're navigating through the day, wrap your arms around them, love on them, and just watch the miracles that'll happen. I hope that helps. Practice that out. Post your comments, questions. I'd love to hear from you.